And welcome back to the Hot Lap. We are talking WRC Greece. Yes, a rally is back this weekend. Rally Acropolis. I keep on wanting to saying apocalypse. This is probably the third time I've actually said apocalypse, but I'm carrying on recording. Regardless, Rally Acropolis, the rally of the gods, apparently. So the big question is anyone going to catch Evans? And if they do, how much are they going to catch Evans? Simply because he is the man starting the rally. He is the man most in danger of once again having those points whistle down. So it is officially Rally Week, as you can see here. The lovely whitey silvery, if you want to call it, Toyota car that keeps winning, obviously with different drivers. So talking about keeps winning, Hyundai. Now there's a couple of things about Hyundai that we need to talk about going into this rally. Simply because, first of all, are Hyundai going to carry on with their rally? We don't know. Many mixed messages. Now, I completely understand that they have now their hypercar, etc., their Le Mans entry. There are now rumours they want to go into Formula 1. Formula 1 Hyundai, I don't know. I guess give it a go. Toyota didn't do that well. Having said that, other car manufacturers have. Look at Mercedes come back. But when I think Hyundai, I still think rally. And at the moment, they're going to be leaving rally in what I think is a slight embarrassment, if anything else. It's a massive shame. They haven't won one. Have they even won one rally? I don't think they have. Here we go. All the rallies: Monte Carlo, Sweden, Safari, Kenya, Canaria, Vodafone Rally, Portugal, and Italy. First six. Let's see who won them. Okay. We have Sebastian Ogier, Toyota. Elvin Evans, Toyota. Elvin Evans, Toyota. Kalle Rovanperä, Toyota. Ogier, Toyota. Ogier, Toyota. So we are now coming up to the halfway point in the Rally Championship, and Hyundai have not won one rally. I mean, their PR team need to be working overtime. So this is the rally lineup, and as I said at the beginning of the show, it's going to be Elvin Evans starting off. He's going to be the most disadvantaged, isn't he? So we got Seb Ogier as well. Kalle Rovanperä, Ott Tänak, Thierry Neuville, Takamoto Katsuta, Adrian Formeau, Sami Piari, Gregor Monza, Josh McLaren, Martin Sesks, and Jordan Serderidis. So, Sesks is back, but bear in mind his last couple of performances were not particularly great. And I think all eyes are going to be on Elvin Evans and what Seb Ogier can do. Now, what I felt was quite interesting going in is Ogier will not complete all remaining WRC rounds. He won't be in next month's Estonia Rally, for example. He will not complete all the remaining rounds of the Rally Championship season. The 8-time world champion has moved up to second place in the championship. We'll look at the grid guide in a minute. Following back-to-back victories in both Portugal and Sardinia, despite obviously missing a couple of rallies. He is second in that World Championship. What do you mean? Well, let's have a look at this. This is the Acropolis Rally. We have the shakedown, obviously, on the Thursday, SS1, then Friday is when the rally proper begins. But we'll have a look at all that in a second. That's the rally entry list we've just spoken about. This is the nice Rally 2 entry list. Service Park, we don't need to know. And here it is. 133 points. He's on 114. So he is catching up. He's less than 20 points behind Evans. Bear in mind, once again, he's the part-timer. Now, they did bring Ogier back full-time to try and beat a certain world champion who's in fifth, sadly, and that's Neuville. Rovanperä is in third on 113, albeit he has caught Evans somewhat. But still, we are... Round 7 is the halfway mark of the 14-round championships. It's going to be interesting who comes out on top at the halfway mark. And psychologically, I think Evans will come out on top. I think it's just a case of how much he'll be leading that World Championship. He has had, I think, an impeccable season. And Tänak and Neuville are the two Hyundai guys. And once again, I've already given my opinions on Hyundai. They're doing absolutely shocking. They just haven't got that car right. And even with the upgraded car, it just was not right, and the drivers aren't happy with it. Maybe, a bit like Kalle Rovanperä with the tyres, I'm starting to wonder whether it's the tyres not working with the Hyundai car as a whole. So Katsuta is in 6th on 63. Formeau, disappointing really for me. Formeau, too many mistakes in a top team. Piari in 8th. I mean, I can't help but feel everyone is like, oh yeah, it's Pajar, you know, Piari. He's okay. He's learning. He's young. It's his first. No. It's I don't care. I'm now. We are halfway through the championship. I'm slightly disappointed in PR. I thought he'd be faster. I almost got out on the wrong side of bed today. I didn't, I promise you. And 9th we got Monster, and 10th McLaren. I think out of those two, McLaren's going to keep the M Sport C. And I think ultimately he will, with a tiny bit of luck, beat Monster. Because Monster's not really shown flashes of speed. And when we're talking flashes, we're talking the odd stage. And that's about it, which is kind of sucks. And Martin Sesks, as we know, is going to be at this rally. He's facing a major disadvantage, according to rallyjournal.com, saying we have no idea of what awaits us. And that's M Sport Ford, the privateer team. Yeah, because Ford doesn't really give it enough backing, does it? So all three British outfit drivers, Monster, McLaren, Martin Sesks, retired as early as Friday morning. This is on the last rally. It was absolutely crazy. Now, in addition to the punishing terrain, the weather is going to be brutal. The rally hub are forecast 40 degrees C. Oh my gosh. Now, the Acropolis Rally Greece is undeniably, take two, one of the toughest events we see in the championship. And I suspect, it says next week, will bring the fair share of challenges. We are due to see some pretty scorching temperatures, and at the stage conditions are due to be as rough as ever. That's from the M Sport boss, Richard Milner. He said both Gregor and Josh had a difficult rally in Sardinia, so the focus in Greece is to have a clean run and avoid trouble. Martin's, as in the Sesks, he's going to be making his Greece debut and will no doubt be looking to his teammates for some guidance on what is going to be a tricky event. So Sesks has come out and said, this will be my first time ever visiting Greece, so really we have no idea of what awaits us here. I remember watching the rally during my childhood, hearing the name Acropolis Rally and knowing that means something demanding and rough. He carried on saying, it will be interesting to experience this, and that we hope for a good weekend there. There will certainly be some steep learning curves, but we will come out stronger at the end. I think they absolutely will. So let's run down those drivers and show on how we think they're going to do. So, drum roll, please. First one, let's talk about Sesks. I think if he's anywhere near either of his teammates, bear in mind, he's been, after Sweden, a bit disappointing, although he's the driver with the least experience now in terms of the Rally 1 crews and the Rally 1 drivers. And if he beats either Josh McLaren or Gregor Monster, it's going to be embarrassing for them. But I think that has to be his aim. McLaren, I think, is showing he's not too bad. He's been a bit unlucky. As I said, no one's going to, none of the M Sport team are going to want to remember the doomsday stage that pretty much put them all out in one stage. So hopefully they come here, albeit it is a really, really punishing rally. And I think anything other than being the last three at the back is going to be a plus for M Sport. So let's talk about Piari. I mentioned I'm disappointed with him. I am. I don't mean to be mean. We saw how good he was in Rally 2. Yes, it is a step up, but I can't help but feel now we're at that stage of the championship where we haven't seen that step up from Piari that we want. And I could say the same about Adrian Formeau. We're kind of doing this in sort of championship order. And in relation to Formeau, he stepped up in the M Sport. He's shown he's stepping up in terms of speed. I mean, he's had the speed to potentially win at least 2 rallies this year, but he's making mistakes. He is Toyota's Katsuta. Now, is that a bit harsh? I don't know, but once again, this guy, not good enough. And when you look at the first half of the season, he's been absolutely shocking. I think, other than that one time in Sweden where he nearly won the rally, it's been fairly standard tacker. And I can't help but feel that Toyota are going to want more. So Norvold, once again, with the two Hyundai drivers, Norvold and Tanak, who are pretty much almost together in the championship, it's been disappointing, but I don't really think we can throw the blame completely at those two, because that car has been very difficult to drive. So them in the championship is much of a statement as to where Hyundai actually is with their car. I mean, we've got the top 3 in the championship. We've got Rovanperä, who's having a disappointing season as well. We thought absolute favourite for the World Championship. Okay, he might be a contender, but he is a long way from being favourite. And if this guy was full-time, you probably have to say potentially he's favourite, particularly how the next couple of rallies goes. But as we know, he's not going to be full-time. Having said that, the embarrassing thing is he's not full-time and he's second in the championship. What is everyone else doing? And, well, Elfyn Evans, I think, has done an absolute stunning job, but he's going to have to learn what Nouvel learned very, very quickly as to how to get the absolute maximum out of being the guy opening the stages, and that's something that Neuville became very, very good at, and I don't think we've seen that quite yet from Evans. Now, Evans, granted, he might not be the biggest risk taker in the world, but he might not. He might need to start taking them. So there we go. That is pretty much the lowdown. That is our quick-ish, 10-minute-in-ish rally review. If you made it to the end, give us a subscribe. That would be absolutely amazing. If you are already subscribed, hey, simples. Just say a like or a comment. Until then, we'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much. Cheers for watching. And above all else, stay safe.